Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakar Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much respect to the brothers laboring in this truth and sincerity worldwide to wake up the elect of the children of Israel. It's your brother Dawadai from the Church of Birmingham. And this lesson is going to be entitled, Did You Count the Cost? With all the things that's been going on in the media in the last week, it's going to be a lot of guys who really didn't count the cost, who really didn't understand what they were getting into. You really thought this was a fad. You thought this was the next so-called black conscious thing, right? No, man. This is your heritage. And with you claiming your heritage, you telling the so-called white man who is Esau Edom that he don't know what the hell he talking about. You telling him that you're not an African American, So let's jump right into the lesson. It's the book of Luke, chapter 14, start at verse 26. If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. So Yahweh Shai is letting you know, man, if you coming to serve him, you got to realize that everything else is going to be secondary. All right? And whosoever doeth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. Whatever you're going through, you got to bear it and keep moving forward, man. All right? For which of you, intending to build a tower, sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he has sufficient to finish it, right? So when you first come into this truth, man, the Spirit has to rest on you to realize what you're getting into, man. All right? This is what could be considered a treasonous affair. But you telling this man his whole system is about to be, taken down. All right? It's the same thing with Yahweh Shai back in the times of the Romans, right? He was prophesying that the kingdom of heaven was at hand. All right? Matter of fact, let's go to this word treason. I got it queued up. Right?
Treason.
Says the crime of betraying one's country, especially by attempting to kill the sovereign or overthrow the government. Yeah, we spiritually overthrowing this government, man. All right? We don't have any carnal weapons because the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. We know that Yahweh Shai is going to rise up to the prey. All we're doing is prophesying. That's the only job we had to do, is to prophesy the downfall of this kingdom. All right? Matter of fact, let's go to this before we go back to Luke. Right? That's our only job, is to prophesy the downfall of this kingdom. All right? This is Jeremiah chapter 28 and verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old, Salakia. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. Yeah, man. And that's what we're doing. Why? Because that's what we're commanded to do. The kingdom of heaven cannot come into existence until this kingdom is done. All right? Let's go back to Luke. Luke chapter 14 and verse 28. For which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he has sufficient to finish it? Yeah, man. When you first got in this thing, you supposed to have sat down and counted the cost. Realize what you were getting into. But just like Elder Apostle Boss said the other day, now brothers are really realizing what they're getting into, man. Right? And that's me included. I sat down and counted the cost, but you don't really visualize all the things that is going to entail. You understand that spiritually, that Yahweh Shai is going to overthrow this man's system. All right? Reading the scriptures, it has to be done. All right? The Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of that which follows. Words mean aeon, eon, age, a period of time of rulership. All right. And they don't want that rulership to end. Right? Now this is Luke 14:29. Let's happily after he have laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish. Yeah, man. There's going to be a lot of guys, man, who fall out this truth or persecution. All right? Matter of fact, let's get that. It's going to be a lot of guys, who didn't count the cost. You're going to fall out because of persecution. All right? This is Mark 4:14. The sower soweth the word, and these are they by the wayside where the word was sown. But when they heard the word, Satan cometh immediately and taketh away the word which was sown in their heart. And these are they likewise which are sown on stony ground, who when they have heard the word, immediately receive it with gladness. Yeah, I'm an Israelite, man. I'm going to go out here and teach, man. I'm going to put fringes on all my garments, man. Right? And have no root in themselves, and so endure but for a time. Afterward, when affliction, right, or persecution ariseth for the word's sake, who's the word? Yahushua, right? Immediately they are offended. You see that? So you're gonna be persecuted for Yahushua's sake, man. All right? The servant is not greater than his master. But you ain't sit down and count the cost. You thought it was a fad. You thought I can just go out there and cuss out the white man, All right? You ain't sit down and count the cost. All right? Let's go to the book of Matthew. Chapter 10 and verse 16. Behold, I send ye forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. You see that? That's a command, right? It's a command from Lord Yahushua. All right? We won't bold to take up any carnal weapons, man. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal, right? Verse 17. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. And ye shall be brought forth, and ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake. See that? For a testimony against them and the Gentiles. See that? Now that happened before with the disciples, but guess what? It's going to happen again. All right? But when they deliver you up, take no account how or what ye shall say, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak. For for it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. See that? You ain't count the cost, man. That's why he say you got to forsake all right? And follow him, all right? And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. But he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. See that? You got to endure all these things to the end, man. You won't have people think that they're doing the will of the Heavenly Father when they kill you, man. All right? Matter of fact, let's get that. Oh, yeah, that's John 16. Good. This is John 16:2. I'm going to start at 1. These things have I spoken unto you, that ye should not be offended. Yeah, so he's speaking these things to us. Whatever was written, whatever was written before time was written for our learning, right? So Yahushua spoke these things to us. Why? So we shouldn't be offended. That word offended goes into being a stumbling block. All right? You've counted the cost. You studied the scriptures to realize where you're in. All right. Verse 2. They shall put you out of the synagogues, yea, the time cometh that whosoever killeth you will think that he doeth the most high service. And these things will they do unto you, because they have not known the Father nor me. See that? They don't know Yahweh Shah. That's why they doing these things, man. All right? There's going to come a time, man, where they think they're going to be doing the will of the Most High. Right? Let's go back to Matthew. Chapter 10. We'll jump down. Verse 24. The disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord. It is enough for the disciple that he be as his master, and the servant as his Lord. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household? See that? So they said Yahweh was a wine-bibber and a drunkard, right? So he's casting out devils in the name of devils, right? So how much more his servants, right? It says, fear them not, therefore, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known, right? So don't fear them, man. When everything is brought into the light, guess what? Yahweh Shah, he's going to fight for us. Matter of fact, let's get that. Ecclesiasticus, chapter 4, verse 28. Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord, Yahweh Shah, shall fight for thee. All right? And that's all about counting the cost, man. Understanding what you're in. All right? Let's get this precept right here. Then I'm going to close it out. All right? And you had to count the cost, man. You had to realize what you were getting into. All right? This is Revelation, chapter 2, and verse 10. Fear none of those things which ye shall suffer. See that? Fear none of those things which ye shall suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. 10 days is just a period of time. It could be 1. It could be 2. It could be 20. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. See that? So, man, you had to count the cost, man. All right? Brothers are realizing what they're getting into now. But stay fast, stay strong, man. Trust in Yahweh Shah. All right? That's going to be it for the lesson. Lord willing, it's been edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash, Shalom.